red.
What did they paint? They painted it red. It was painted red. I think they had the Thanksgiving service yesterday. Peter Obi was in attendance. It was really nice. It was nice. I followed them to an extent. I wish I was there, but
and I think the award night will be coming up tomorrow. That will be the grand finale. You know, your state became the state on the 3rd of February. 1976,
a long time ago, and it's nice to see the growth over time. Like, and the maintenance is good. Like the way they maintain the cultural heritage.
Exactly.
And
you know, they'll tell you that Oyo State is a highly indigenous
very
state.
I've
never seen a state carry, you know, that much pride about its cultural heritage and tradition. I'll give that to Oyo State. And
congratulations.
Congratulations, Oyo State. Congratulations to all the sons and daughters, and even the residents of Oyo State.
And lovers.
Congratulations to us.
Congratulations to us, yes, we the lovers of Oyo State.
You are a resident.
I'm a resident and I love Oyo State.
Just a lover. Yes. So, all right. So it's still Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM. We'll be right back after this music break. Stay with us.
Listen. Bells that rain Ayọ̀dékún Emmanuel. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn, ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn, ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn gidi gan. Let me say honey o, màmá kọ́lé mọ́lé, màmá bí mọ́lé mọ́, àṣírí wa ò ní tú. Let me say honey o. I'm a river to share. We go no. We go buy Bugatti. Happy say Hami o. Ile wa wale. Owo wa wale. Ife wa wale. Ibuku wa wale. Look your side and tell the boy. You don't sugar my tea. Look your side and tell the boy. Do you wanna be famous like me? Abeti lukere bajere, gbe mi leke ade. Abeti lukere bajere, gbe mi leke ade. Like in the book of Isaiah, it's all in the eyes. As to what I desire, so I turn them to pray. Let me say, honey, oh, Mama kole mole, Mama bi mole mo, Ashiri wa uniku. Help me say, honey, oh. I'm a river to share. We go no. We go buy Bugatti. Happy say Hami o. Orilo modela. Moti no dola. Eba mi ki my mother. Eba mi ki my father. Eba mi ko ni muti lo. Eba mi ko ni muti kole. Eba mi ko ni muti lola. Eba mi ko ni mi ri do abode ho. Ẹ̀dá mi ò bá bọ́dé o, orí mi kórè délé, àdúrà ló lè ṣe é ṣòro my brother. Let me say honey o, màmá kọ́lé mọ́lé, màmá bí mọ́lé mọ́, àṣírí wa ò ní tú. Let me say honey o, màmá rí bá ti ṣe, gbogbo náwó. We go buy Bugatti. Let me say honey o. Mama kole mole, mama bi mole mo, àṣírí wa ò ní tú. Help me say honey o, mama rí bá ti ṣe, gbogbo náwó. We go buy Bugatti. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn, ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn, ọ̀rọ̀ kan gbé mi lọ́kàn gidi gan. Let me say honey o. Eko oníbàjẹ́ o, jáde àmọ́ mi Fáṣọlá, bàbá mi Tinubu, gbogbo tí ń Lagos, àwa la ṣíwájú, let me say àmì o. May God continue to enlarge our coast. Amen.
I'm sure I could hear you saying amen to all those prayers. Oh, that was by Dami Cray in Army, right?
Yes, yes, that was him.
So I'm quite sure you said amen to all of those prayers. It's
Amen,
a brand new month, a relatively brand new year. That's the second month.
Is this still brand new?
Not brand new, relatively, I said.
Okay.
Second month.
Second month.
We are still very, the year is still very young.
It's still fresh.
Yes.
It's still fresh. Don't worry if you've not achieved everything you wrote down. There's still time. Slow and steady. Consistency. Exactly. Everything will fall in place.
Exactly. And yes, may those prayers come through for you and every other thing you are praying for right now. You're welcome back to Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM. And of course, you know, we are always so concerned about your health and everything about you as it concerns you. That is why today we will be looking at a topic that, well, do we talk about it enough?
It can never be too much.
But we can't talk about it enough. Okay. So every 4th of February is set aside as World Cancer Day. And that is on Breakfast Fiesta. Today we will be looking at what exactly this is, and that day, what are we meant to do? So joining us to talk about this morning,
we have Dr. Oluyole Tawakaut. She's a consultant, chairman Medical Advisory Committee, and current head of cervical cancer screening services at Adeoyo Maternity Teaching Hospital in Ibadan. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
It's nice to have you this morning.
Good morning. I'm also glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. So, most times when people talk about cancer, some say it's a disease that doctors do not understand, so they just tag it as cancer. Some will tell you it's a form of attack in one way or the other. As a doctor and someone who is specialized in this field, what exactly is cancer and what does it mean?
Thank you. Cancer basically means abnormal cell growth. Our bodies are made up of several millions of cells, and every single cell has the potential of transforming into a cancer cell. Cancer cells are cells that, one way or the other, have decided not to follow the normal cell regulatory mechanisms. They multiply abnormally, they spread in an abnormal fashion, and they can also go to other sites in the body. Basically, these cells are not normal cells, and they go on to grow and become swellings or multiplication of cells within and outside the body.
So what would we say are the types of cancers that there are? Because I mean, last month we spoke about a certain kind of cancer.
Cancer.
There are obviously different types. So let us know the different types of cancer.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there are so many kinds of cancers. We have cervical cancer. We have breast cancer. There's lung cancer. There's prostate cancer, skin cancer. I've mentioned prostate, stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer. Every organ in the body has the risk of becoming a cancer.
So what are the risk factors?
Okay. Well, risk factors depend on the particular kind of organ or cells. For instance, cervical cancer, the risk factor is being infected with a virus called human papilloma virus. This virus accounts for up to 99% of cervical cancer. So basically, if one gets infected with this virus and one doesn't have the immune response or the appropriate immunity to, clear up this infection on time, just like you have a flu and over a few days your flu goes away. But for some people, in terms of human papilloma virus, which is called HPV, they don't have the immunity to clear off that infection. So that infection persists in their bodies and cause changes in their normal cervical cells and make them have cervical cancer.
Okay, what about a person who doesn't have any form of infection?
Anyone, okay, for in terms of cervical cancer?
No, for other cancers.
Like lung cancer now, smoking is a risk factor for lung cancer because in the smoke there are a lot of carcinogens, that's things that can give rise to cancer in the cigarette smoke. And once one is exposed to these things, they go, just like they go on to, let me say, the engine of the cell and change the way the cell works. Just like you have an old engine, the way your car sounds will change compared to having a new engine in your car.
Okay. So you mentioned prostate cancer.
Yes.
I feel like that is one that people don't hear about often, like the breast cancer, lung cancer. We've heard it, but this prostate cancer, what exactly is it?
Okay, the prostate they are a paired organ, like two organs, just like we have breasts, left and right. So is located around the male.
So this is for,
like, it's for males. Around the male genital area within the body. It's not like you can see it, you understand? It's located close to the pipe that brings urine out. And that's why once the prostate becomes large, it kind of blocks the flow of urine. Or if it infiltrates into the pipe that brings urine out, there could be blood in the urine and all those things. So men
are more liable to that.
It's for men.
Women do not have prostates.
Breast cancer is for both males and females. But females have more of breast cancer compared to males.
So what you're saying is that cancer can affect every part of the body.
Yes. Yes, even the blood can be affected.
Like there's blood cancer.
Yes.
All right, so let's quickly take this commercial and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
There is a new recipe to delicious tasty meals.
Really?
Oh yes, it's Tasty Cubes chicken flavor. Give every meal that finger-licking taste.
Oh yeah?
Yes, so Tasty Cubes chicken flavor brings out a fantastic taste in everyday meals.
Wow.
I love this Tasty Cubes chicken flavor already. It's surely whetting my appetite. In that case, what are you waiting for? Hurry now and go and buy your own Tasty Cubes chicken flavor to keep that finger-licking taste in your cooking.
Yes,
Tasty Cubes chicken flavor brings out the inviting flavor in your meal. Tasty Cubes chicken flavor comes in different pack sizes: 100 grams, 400 grams, and 600 grams. It is also available in powder form.
Hello? Olumide, kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé ìwọ ló dáhùn ìpè mi? Ọ̀rẹ́, fojú fóònù ẹ̀ dáadáa kó wo ẹni tó pè jàre. Ẹ̀yà, àwọn bọ́tìnì orí fóònù yìí ti wẹ́ jù. Kò rọrùn láti kà. Ọlámídé ni mo fẹ́ pè jàre. Wo ọ̀rẹ́, ó yẹ kó wá lọ ṣàyẹ̀wò ojú ẹ̀ níbùdó ìlera o. Kó o sì gba ìgò ìríran náà. Máa gbọ́, ìgò ìríran níbùdó ìlera bíi ti báwo. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, tó o bá ti pé ọmọ ọdún márùndínlógójì tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, wá lọ ṣe àyẹ̀wò ojú ẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Wàá sì gba ìgò ìríran lówó tí ò gara láwọn ibùdó ìlera tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀ nítòsí rẹ. Bá a ti ń dàgbà lójú wa nílò àtìlẹyìn díẹ̀ láti ríran kedere. Yọjú sí ibùdó ìlera kan nítòsí rẹ fún àyẹ̀wò ojú lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ àti fún ìgò ìríran lówó tí ò gara lónìí láti mọ ìyàtọ̀. 0706-489-9614 fún àlàyé síwájú sí àmì 0706-489-9614. Ìkéde yìí wá látọ̀dọ̀ National Eye, Air and Sensory Functions Health Program ti Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare pẹ̀lú àjọṣe Vision Spring Nigeria. Vision Spring, ríran kedere gbé ìgbé ayé àlàáfíà.
Welcome back. It's still the Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Before we left, we were talking about the prostate cancer. I feel like women are more cajoled. I mean, not cajoled. I don't want to say pestered or disturbed about cancer, cancer that, and men, I would not like to say majority, but maybe few of them have little to no idea that they are also at the risk of cancer. So what causes, we've spoken about what causes the prostate cancer in men. What's the preventive measures for them, and what are the solutions if they don't detect it in time?
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Back to where you started from, that it seems women have more awareness, or the stress is more on women to get themselves checked and all that. Well, that's one of the essence of this World Cancer Day, is to raise awareness that every single person is at risk of having cancer, and it's important to have at least the minimum level of education or awareness about certain cancers that can affect individuals. And having had this knowledge, is important to avail oneself of the proper screening methods so that these cancers can be detected early. And once a cancer is detected early, it can be totally cured. So, and that's why we need to continue to raise awareness and encourage regular screening activities. For prostate cancer now, there's an investigation called prostate specific antigen that can be carried out by men to check if their prostate levels, the antigen is high. If the antigen is high, then they'll be subjected to a few more investigation or tests to really know if they have prostate cancer. You understand? It's better not to have the symptoms of cancer than having it before getting diagnosed.
Okay, so this screening that you just talked about for men, it's something you can do just routinely?
Yes, one can go to laboratories to have the test done. And once one does it, if it's within the normal level, at least one will be assured that, okay, maybe in the next 1-2 years I'm free. Then, especially if the father had prostate cancer, there's also a genetic relationship. So if one's father had prostate cancer, it's important to get screened for prostate cancer.
So when they detect it, when they detect the prostate cancer and they have it already, so is it something that can be cured, requires surgery?
Yes. Surgery is one of the things that can be done. The prostate can be removed, you understand. If the cancer is detected in the prostate can be removed at that time.
And it doesn't affect your lifestyle? And
no, not really. It's only when the cancer has gone far and maybe is now, at the later stages, that one might need to, remove the testicles. That's what produces testosterone, and that will also affect lifestyle.
Okay.
All right. So, what role does lifestyle play in cancer?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Prevention.
Yes. Lifestyle has so many things attached to cancer. For instance, the diet we take. The balanced diet is not just carbohydrates and proteins. We need vitamins, we need minerals, we need even water. We need to have roughages, we need to take fiber. By the time you take fiber, you can the gut will be devoid of things that will just clog up and cause inflammation. Inflammation meaning that there's constant, let me just use the word infection in the gut, that's the bowels. So one should try to have adequate balanced diet. With balanced diet, obesity is also a risk factor for cancer. With balanced diet, is less likely one will get obese. With good exercise, is less likely one will get obese. With avoiding smoking, excessive alcohol intake, then even there are some occupational hazards. If one handles a lot of petrochemicals, that is also a risk factor for cancer. And that's why people that are exposed to those things should also have regular checks. in order to reduce this. Then for cervical cancer, now part of the risk factor, we said HPV is a cause, and the risk factor for acquiring HPV is sexual intercourse. So avoiding indiscriminate sexual intercourse is also a way of preventing cancer. And generally, availing oneself of regular screening activities will also reduce the risk of cancer.
Now talking about these screening activities, how affordable are they?
Well, most of them, they are a bit overboard of what the normal routine investigations are, but they are worthwhile, because prevention, they say, is better than cure. The cost of chemotherapy or the cost of having radiotherapy when one has cancer.
And that's how to cure.
Yes, one of the methods of curing, not like curing, but managing the condition. So if we now say, okay, let's put everything together, I think it's better I spend maybe a few thousand on getting myself screened compared to
having to
treat that disease when it actually happens.
So you spoke about stomach cancer. Yes. I would like to understand how that works. Okay,
stomach cancer has also been linked to a bacteria called H. pylori, and that's something that causes peptic ulcer. Some of us say we have ulcer, we have indigestion, we have this, we have that. There's a test one can do that can, detect H. pylori. And if H. pylori is detected, one should get completely treated in the hospital and have regular screenings for that H. pylori. You understand? Because if you have persistent infection with that H. pylori, it will change the way the cells behave. And once that bacteria changes the way the cells behave, they can, develop into cancerous cells.
So the H. pylori, what you're saying is for the ulcer, like if you have ulcer.
Yes, it's linked to ulcer. But I'm not saying if you have ulcer, you have a cancer.
But like you need to treat
the bacteria, get rid of the bacteria, having intensive treatment for at least 6 weeks, and having rescreened for it.
Okay.
The Day World Cancer Day has been an annual observance for years now. How would you rate the level of awareness of people, especially in your interaction and practice thus far?
Okay, well, things are getting better, but I believe we can still do better. People are getting aware about cancer, but the level we should be, we are still aspiring to be at that level. Cancer had, like you said earlier when we started, that a lot of myths have been associated with cancer. So even if one has cancer at an early stage, some people don't understand that, they can go to hospital and get themselves treated. Rather, they go around to places that they won't diagnose the cancer and treat them for other things until when, is advanced and little or nothing can be done. So we need to change our mindset about cancer. I even spoke with someone and the person said the reason she is not going for any test is because she's afraid that they might tell her she has a cancer. Yeah. But that shouldn't be. Even people that have cancer, that have survived cancer, are coming out to encourage other people about cancer. So I think all of us, it's not a one-man show. Every one of us should try in one way or the other to create this awareness about cancer. Dispel myths amongst people. Some people, they just don't believe it is. They believe it might just be some other things. And
besides the fact that sometimes people call it an attack. And so just feel it's just a name you give to a disease you do not understand, or practitioners can't understand. What other myths have you heard in your practice about cancer?
Yes, thank you. Some people even have early. But the tissue that was removed, that's the tissue, that's the block of cells that was removed, rather than taking it to